Welcome back, everybody, to Magnolia on Money, where we discuss everything financial from the economy to retirement. I'm Ed Cox with Magnolia Wealth, and today we are going to discuss the overall market return for the year to date, where we were versus 2 years ago, and then a 5-year number to look at that, and then give you an update on some of the things we've been kind of tracking along to see what's coming about. We've got earnings season that's starting to kick off. Companies starting to report on earnings, so I want to talk about that a little bit. But first, I will want to put this out there. If you've not received, of course, you have not received an email over the last few weeks with the show. The reason for that is we've had a few technical difficulties getting that emailed out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and produce the show. We're going to put it on our YouTube page, which is Magnolia Wealth TV. You can go to YouTube, type in Magnolia Wealth TV. You'll see our logo right here on the show page, and you can get to it that way. We'll also be sending it out through Facebook. So if you're a Facebook subscriber, like us on Facebook, and then you'll get it that way as well. Until we can get the email situation fixed, where we can get that being emailed back, those are the ways you can access the show. So let's dive in. Let's see here. Let me share my screen. Let's get over to let me go backwards. All right, so this was the first slide. So this is showing the S&P 500 year-to-date return, and you can see our year-to-date return is 5.71%. That was middle of the day today, Wednesday the 26th. So we've had a decent year. The market had almost touched 9% back in the early of February. And then we had the Fed kind of reverse course on what people thought, had a little pullback, had another run in the market when we saw that the Fed was probably maybe towards the end of their tapering, of their rate hikes. And now we're seeing earnings season kind of kick in, and are we above estimates, below estimates? So this is where we are year to date. Not a bad return for, we'll be about 4 months, about to finish 4 months into the year. Let's look at what it is for the last 24 months. So 2 years ago today, the market has returned a negative 3% return point to point over the last 24 months. So you can see this is taking into account some of the ending of 2021, where the market did really good. We entered 2022. We had basically a pretty dismal year. And then now we've kind of started in 23 and starting to gain back some of what we lost. So last 24 months, the S&P 500 is down about negative 3%. And on our 5-year number, which is really when we're looking at long-term investing, I mean, we kind of say long-term investing when you're invested in growth type, investments that don't have protection around them or anything like that, that's geared towards money you may need later. We're looking at 5 to 10 years, normally longer than 10. But this 5-year window gives us an idea as to why we want to, look at the big picture. The return of the S&P 500 over the last 5 years, the percent change is what this is showing, is over 51%. So not bad. Yes, the last year or so has been not fun, not as fun as we've seen in the past, but our overall return over the last 5 years, point to point, has been, if you were invested 100% in the S&P 500, was a little over 51% point to point change. So what's going on in the market to cause some of these maybe ebbs or flows? Last week we saw that U.S. home sales fell for the 13th time in the last 14 months, dropping about 2.4% in March from the prior month, and around 22% from a year earlier. High mortgage rates are starting to really show their teeth. When you look at mortgage rates that were 3% on a 30-year mortgage a year or so ago, and now we're looking at 7%. That's a 4% spread on those numbers there. So you're looking at a $4,000 increase in interest per 100,000 you're borrowing. So pretty big number there. Those things add up, and are starting to deter some of these new home builds and home purchases. The other thing that we are in is we're in earnings season, and this earnings season so far for the companies that have reported, 76% of companies reporting or have reported a positive earnings per share. So they're a little bit lower, not much. I think by 1% of the last 5-year average earning per share that was positive. So pretty good numbers so far with positive earnings companies. They're still making money. A good portion of them, that 76% of companies who have reported so far are reporting positive earnings per share. Great news. Hopefully we can avoid a major recession this year and get this economy back on its feet and get going again. So once again, make sure that you sign up for the show on the YouTube page. And also you can look at liking us on Facebook, and you'll get it that way. Hope this has helped. God bless. I'm glad to be back, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.